Hey YouTubers, Mark here at Global Agenda. It is May 28th, 2020. Busy day in the studio today. I might get 3 videos up. This might be the first one, this might be the second one. Either way, this one and Anderson Cooper are going to be the first 2. And then I think I'm going to do my hologram glitch video later on tonight. Another one I caught too. CNN, they're having all the satanic doctors showing their hologram faces on live screen. Look it. Give me a break. So this video has the 2 words psychological operation in it, and it's there for a reason. This is our boy Floyd here, George. And I noticed on 2 videos, I'm going to start this video off with 2 news clips. This story here is, it's befuddling. Because when you watch George get the Kaepernick knee on the side of the head, notice how they're showing you Kaepernick kneeing, knelt. The video went on for 10 minutes. We heard the one guy, we had everyone taking the film of this guy getting choked out beside the cop car. You'll see the body cam. There's 4 cops lying on top of this guy for 10 minutes. They had him under arrest. The situation looked calm. And then he ends up lying beside the cop car with 4 cops kneeling on top of him for 10 minutes. And the reason I call it a psychological operation is because it is. It's a distraction during this pandemic, and it's getting the racial wars fired up again down in the States. And for them, here in Canada, you'll see CBC News, and then down here, I think it was CBS. They use this picture, one of these pictures. Give me a break. Are you not telling us in bold face? You're laughing at us. Using this guy as a psyop. The cops. The Masonic cops. I just don't understand. I do understand. I clearly understand. In your face. Almost giving us the Trump upside down pyramid. I don't know what to think. I do know what to think. It's a psychological operation. Once again, the divide and conquer. They're losing the narrative on the corona until they get phase 2 out. So they have to bring this into the picture. The race wars with the pandemic not going so well. Have another corona. Make sure it's light. Unbelievable. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I'm sure most of you have seen it by now, and if not, there you go. Totally blatantly in our face. George Floyd. Okay, so I'll see you at the end of the comments. Watch the script. You know, Joe Scarborough, the mayor of Minneapolis, George Floyd, it's all a psychological operation. Race wars. Unbelievable. Anyway, see you in the comments, folks, and enjoy the rest of the video. You can't make this stuff up. Ciao.
Back, here's some of the other stories we're watching tonight. Anger over the death of George Floyd has spilled into the streets of Minneapolis for a second straight night. Floyd, a black man, died after he was detained by a white police officer. The officer kneeled on Floyd's neck. It was captured on video and shared on social media.
Let's see that one more time. It's all about the corona.
Floyd, a black man, died after he was detained.
Yep, that's what it's about. A psychological operation. Corona. Floyd.
white police officer. The officer kneeled on Floyd's neck. It was captured on video and shared on social media tonight. A large crowd gathered outside police headquarters, throwing objects at the building as officers are riot gear. Looting has also been seen at nearby businesses. Police have reportedly used rubber bullets, flash bombs, and tear gas.
Arrests have been fired from the police department, but have not been charged with a crime.
Investigators say the Memorial Day encounter started with a call about a customer trying to pass a counterfeit bill at a South Minneapolis market. New tonight, WCCO's Aaron Hasansada explains what just released body camera video shows.
Why is the man who killed George Floyd not in jail?
Well, the Minneapolis mayor calls for an arrest.
The officer who had his knee on the neck of George Floyd should be charged.
Investigators are reviewing the events leading up to George Floyd's death. Some shown in this video of police getting Floyd out of his SUV. The video ends before he's moved. This surveillance angle shows Floyd being seated on the ground.
All right, what's your name?
And new Park Police body camera video shows one of the fired officers questioning Floyd. This vantage point shows that at one point, all four officers worked together. The attorney representing the Floyd family called for each to be charged. New documents show when paramedics started working on Floyd in the ambulance, he was already unresponsive and pulseless. But when paramedics worked together. The attorney representing the Floyd family called for each to be charged. New documents show when paramedics started working on Floyd in the ambulance, he was already unresponsive and pulseless. Medics tried to revive Floyd at the hospital with a shock monitor, but could not.
I was glad to see the Minneapolis Police Department took quick action and removed the officers involved from their positions. But this is not the end of the story as we seek justice for George Floyd.
The Hennepin County Attorney's Office says it is working with the BCA and medical examiner to gather and review all evidence. Other state officials promise a swift, fair investigation.
I can also assure you that if we do see any evidence of a lack of fairness, that we'll raise those issues.
Some community leaders highlight that history was made in the officer firings themselves, but for many, justice means prosecution.
I want to make it clear to the community. All of us here want justice. We want them found guilty.
Aaron Hasansada, WCCO 4 News.
We reach out to the union representing the officers. Union leaders have asked the public not to jump to conclusions.
Bro, what is you, 1087, bro? You're a bum, bro. Or 987, bro? You're a bum. First thing you want to grab is your mace because you scared, bro. Scared of fucking minorities, you fucking bum, bro. Like, bro, 3 minutes, bro. He's not fucking moving. Bro, he's not even fucking moving. Get off of his fucking neck, bro. Get off of his neck! Yes, get back on the street. Are you serious? Bro, are you serious? And you gonna keep your thing on your neck? Yeah, I bet you. Bro, I bet you touch me like that, dude. I swear I'll slap the fuck out of both of y'all.
I didn't want to call the ambulance.
Bro, you just gonna let him keep his hand on his neck, bro? You're a bitch, bro. Tyler, you gonna let him keep that like that? You gonna let him kill that man in front of you, bro? Huh?
Like what?
Bro, he's not even fucking moving right now, bro. He's not even fucking moving. Bro,
You're not gonna help us, bro?
Right. He black. They don't care.
987 years
If it ain't fake people, they don't care, bro.
You gonna just sit there with your knee on his neck, bro? You a real man for that, bro. He ain't handcuffed, bro.
Just
You a real man, bro. You a real man, bro. I try to be
the fact that you
you guys aren't checking his pulse and doing compressions if he needs that. You guys are on it.
Oh my God, bro.
Okay.
They just dragging him like, come
Yeah,
on now.
and I have your name tag, bitch.
That's not very professional.
It don't matter. So what? Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, son. Don't touch him. I got this all on camera. Watch it.
For the better part of the night, I've been trying to find the words to describe what happened. And all I keep coming back to is that he should not have died. What we saw was horrible, completely and utterly messed up. This man's life matters. He matters. He was someone's son, someone's family member. He was someone's friend. He was a human being, and his life mattered. Whatever the investigation reveals, it does not change the simple truth that he should be with us this morning. I believe what I saw, and what I saw was wrong at every level. This does not reflect the values that Chief Arredondo has worked tirelessly to instill. It does not represent the training we've invested in or the measures we've taken to ensure accountability. Being black in America should not be a death sentence. For 5 minutes, we watched as a white officer pressed his knee into the neck of a black man. For 5 minutes. When you hear someone calling for help, you are supposed to help. This officer failed in the most basic human sense. What happened on Chicago and 38th, this last night, is simply awful. It was traumatic, and it serves as a clear reminder of just how far we have to go. To the black community, to the family, I'm so sorry.
Lori's family at this time.
Why is the president making these unfounded allegations? I mean, this is pretty nuts, isn't it? The president's accusing somebody of possible murder. The family is pleading with the president to please stop unfounded conspiracy theories. Why is he doing this?
Well, I would note that the president said this morning that this is not an original Trump thought, and it is not. In fact, 2003 on Don Imus's show, it was Don Imus and Joe Scarborough that joked about killing an intern, joked and laughed about it. So that was, I'm sure, pretty hurtful to Lori's family, and Joe Scarborough himself brought this up with Don Imus, and Joe Scarborough himself can answer it.
He's the president of the United States, and he's accusing somebody of possibly murder. I mean, this is different. He's not a private citizen. He's the president.
Yeah, and Joe Scarborough, if we want to start talking about false accusations, we have quite a few we can go through about Mika asserting,
I'm asking about the president's allegation.
And I'm replying to you and saying this morning, as recently, I believe it was this morning or yesterday, Mika accused the president of being responsible for 100,000 deaths in this country. That's incredibly irresponsible. They've dragged his family through the mud. They've made false accusations that I won't go through, that I would not say from this podium, against the president of the United States, and they should be held to account for their falsehoods. Joe Scarborough should be held to account for saying people will die by taking hydroxychloroquine. Never mind the millions of Americans and people across the world who take it for rheumatoid arthritis and other reasons. There are a litany of false headlines like Mika.
The president spreading a false conspiracy theory that suggests that he's responsible for murder?
I would point you back to Joe Scarborough, who laughed and joked about this item on Don Imus's show. It's Joe Scarborough that has to answer these questions.
So will we apologize?
Stephen. Stephen.
Thank you. If I could, two questions. John Radcliffe was sworn in as intelligence director today. Has the president decided what's next for Rick Grinnell in terms of an appointment?
He hasn't, but Rick Grinnell is a very valued member of this administration. He's done extraordinary work at ODNI. He has a great history. We'll see where he goes next.
What happened on Chicago and 38th, this last night is simply awful.